All right, investors, I'm coming back to prove a point. You better be careful what you do to people because you never know how they're going to come back and hunt you later. Woo! Let me go ahead and tell you what I'm talking about. So we all remember this game that happened 2 weeks ago against the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears. I give you proof on what will happen if the Cleveland Browns mess around and they go ahead and give up shedeursanders in a trade next year, because the Cleveland Browns will have to eventually look shedeursanders in the face if they do give him up. Who am I talking about? Let me pull it up. Everybody remember this headline. The Cleveland Browns, they traded 7th-round pick, Tryon-Shoyinka, to the Chicago Bears. Ooh, and why do I bring him up? This young man is about 26. He's a defensive end. That means that either he was playing on the opposite end or Myles Garrett. So you know he was picking up some of them skills in rookie mini camp. He was picking it up in practice, in OTAs, and practice squads, and practice round. And the Cleveland Browns messed around and gave him away. He only weighed 259 pounds. Why am I bringing up this player? And let me tell you one thing. And let me remind you something. When someone don't want you in their life, but when a person wants you out of their life and out of their team and out of their organization, make sure you pick up everything. Make sure you leave that organization with character and pose and respect, because eventually you will meet them again. Woo! What am I talking about? It was that young man that was pushing around Cam Robinson with his 335-pound self. It was that baby, 26-year-old baby, that was pushing around Cam Robinson 2 weeks ago on that O-line. Hold on, I'm finna show you, because everybody saw the clip. They just didn't know, or they just didn't report. The player that was pushing around Cam Robinson 2 weeks ago for the Chicago Bears, he was the Cleveland Browns just six weeks ago. Oh, yes, I got my proof. Hold on. And Cam Robinson unwarned you twice in the video. And you're not a young man. You've been in the NFL 9 years. You know what you're doing on that O-line. So I'm not even going to talk to you no more, because you know exactly what you're doing on that O-line. You know you're not doing your job, so I'm going to move forward. Now, let me bring this up. No matter what you're doing in life, no matter the content, it don't matter what it is, do your best. Because you never know that you actually could be having hidden jewels in your chest. What am I talking about? So I did this video about a month ago at the end of the trade, because we all thought shedeursanders may be traded to another team, specifically the Jets. But the Cleveland Browns, they did let go Tryon-Shoyinka, right? So I made this video and I took it down. And this is a lesson to me. I took it down because it really didn't get the views. So as you can see, I posted it on November 8th. And hear what I said about this player. Happened to be out of that place. Oh, his name is Joe Tyrone. He's a defensive end. And you know what? He's probably going to sack and hit everybody in Cleveland. Hit everybody in Chicago Bears, whoever they play against this weekend, because he is so happy to be free from Cleveland. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead and make it happen. I know you're glad to be free. Free. Yes, indeed, you are free from Cleveland hellhole. All right, so as you can see, I was very proud of this young man here, JTS. Woo! Let me tell you, JTS, he left the Cleveland Browns, who is at this point 3-12, for a team that's about to go to the playoffs. The JTS, he packed up his stuff and walked out of that trade with all dignity into a team. The Bears now is currently 11-4, first in the NFC North. So Tryon-Shoyinka, congratulations, young man. That's why I'm saying, in life, if someone don't want you, make sure you exit that door, because you're going to a better place. It's your path and your destiny and your faith. Just in 3 months, that man has left the Cleveland Browns for a team that's heading out to the playoffs. And let's not forget, the Bears has one of the top defenses in the NFL. That title did belong to the Cleveland Browns defense, But I guess when they realized what Kevin Stefanski was doing to the offense, they decided to, hey, I'm going to play, but I'm not going to play. So the Chicago Bears have a top defense in the NFL right now. And let me go ahead and prove my point that, hey, Cleveland Browns, you keep on playing with shedeursanders and trade him if you want to for your foolish reasons. He going to come back and hunt you the same way that Joe hunted the Cleveland Browns 2 weeks ago in this offer game right here. And shedeursanders did all his best, but he couldn't do it all by himself. So let me go ahead and play this clip that everybody has seen to prove my point.
Ape is their left tackle, Cam Robinson. He's currently ranked the 79th tackle out of 83 on PFF, and frankly, he's just not very good. Just watch him on this play. He's going up against Pro Bowler Montez Sweat, and Sweat used a one-arm bull rush on Robinson, but watch him get driven back and fully turned around so far that he falls right into SHEDEUR. And Montez Sweat kept abusing the same move on Cam Robinson throughout the game, and every time it resulted in him getting driven back. But he's also not very good against the speed rush as well. Just watch him get his hand swiped right off the line and he gets beat right away. So SHEDEUR immediately steps up in the pocket and buys time to...
Hey, so let me go back and rewind this video. So the narrator in that clip pointed out Sweat for the defensive linebacker. But who the narrator didn't point out was Joe Tryon-Shoyinka that got to SHEDEUR many times and put pressure on SHEDEUR. So Cleveland Browns, if you want to go ahead and continue to play with fate, and if you want to trade SHEDEUR after 6 games, be our guest. Because if you do, just like good old boy Joe, you will see shedeursanders again. So Joe, congratulations. You are in a better position than you thought you ever could be. You have left the Cleveland Browns. They didn't want your service. They didn't consider all the factors that you was learning from Myles Garrett. And now you are deemed, young man, you are deemed a steal in the NFL. So now that I know who you are, Joe, I don't like the fact that you pressured SHEDEUR the way that you did, especially since y'all were best teammates, but I understand. Matter of fact, you never probably played with shedeursanders. It's because they was giving all the reps with Dylan Gabriel. Who knows? You probably never even seen shedeursanders because he was on the practice field, throwing the trash cans and maintenance personnel. But like you pressured shedeursanders right there. But I understand you had to prove a point to the Cleveland Browns. No wonder you played so hard. You want to show Cleveland Browns that they traded you and you came back to hunt the Cleveland Browns. So that's how you do it, Joe. 26-year-old man, prove your point. And guess what, young man? Your point was proven. Once to Cleveland and showed him everything that you could do. Because you was learning under Myles Garrett. They didn't take that in consideration, that your mentor was Myles Garrett. And they still traded you to the Chicago Bears. But I understand Cleveland thought they was trading you to the old Chicago Bears. Last year, Chicago Bears, they didn't even consider the defense that they were giving you to. But investors, my phone, move it on, because someone is going to treat you like the treasure that you are. So until next time, investors, and I hope you already got your notes on this video, but if not, until next time, investors, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest. Because we vested up today. Look at God's divine purpose. Look how God worked it out. Look how God worked it out for Joe. And look how God is working it out for SHEDEUR. And Junkins, once again, young man, you have our prayers. We are recovering to you, young man. Oh, investors, I'm always the winner in this situation. Cleveland Browns, like I said, tempt fate. Go ahead and trade SHEDEUR. He'll definitely come back and hunt you. On that field you call Huntington Field. I would love to see that. All right, investors.